Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of the Completely Random Podcast. This episode, we are returning to scare acting. And now, unlike my two previous episodes, this guest is another actor in Hayride, but was in a completely different scene and also was a wagon attendant. So she has a much different experience from Dustin, Kaylin, and I. So joining me today is fellow actor Gwen.
Hello.
Hi, Gwen. How are you doing today?
I'm doing so lovely. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there. Just got back from the bank.
Oh,
Uh,
banks are not a fun place to be.
well, actually, my visit today wasn't too bad, so that was good.
Oh, okay. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no, the service I got there was great. It was
Oh,
in and
love it.
out.
I love when they're nice.
Yeah, I was in and out in 5 minutes, which was good.
Oh, that's so nice. I swear, every time I go to a bank, like, takes at least like 4 years off my life.
Uh, that's me when I'm at work.
Yes, serious. Tell me about it.
So to put into perspective, I was in military scene from what you guys remember, and bat scene, which is where Gwen was, literally just down a hill. It was like, I don't know, 15 feet away, 20 feet.
Yep. Yep. I would come visit every now and again, and one of the guys in your scene and I have this ongoing joke with like this little severed head thing, and we named it Steven, and we co-parent it. So I'd come over and visit and say hello. It was great.
Is it Dustin?
No, it's Michael.
Oh, Michael, gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've had that joke going for like I think probably like maybe years now.
how many years?
Like I think like three.
Oh, okay. So how many years have you been working at Scarefest?
The big 2026 will be my fifth year.
Your fifth year. Okay, so you've
Yeah.
been there as long as Dustin has.
Yeah, I want to say, I think started at the same time, but I'm not totally sure.
Okay. Well, Dustin had said that like he started later that year. I think that's what he said. Yeah, that is what he said.
Yeah, I
Um
think so. He does his big boy job outside of Scarefest. So
yeah, he's pretty busy with that. I was only at Scarefest for a year. But it was the most fun time of my life. I'm serious.
yeah,
It was. It was
yeah.
I couldn't work there any previous years because while I was old enough, it's just that I lived like 2 hours away.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, it was a bummer, but I at least got to go last year and it was amazing. It was really fun.
Yeah,
Um,
Scarefest is just one of those places I feel like everyone should experience at least once.
for sure. Um, I don't know, like I felt more like myself there than in high school.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Um, yeah, like to trail into one of our topics of like how we started. Speaking of high school, I started Scarefest when I was like fresh out of high school. Like I graduated when
me
I was 17.
too.
Yeah, I graduated when I was 17, so I graduated like early than most. Like I was still so young that when I got into Scarefest, I graduated, had a diploma and everything. I had to go back to my high school to get a work permit. Like
Oh,
I started so early, but I needed a job so bad, and at the time like no one was like really hiring, and I just put in an application just for fun because I didn't know anything about like the logistics of Scarefest and how it worked. Like I went there the year prior as a customer and I had a great time. But I ended up getting like accepted the day before dress rehearsal.
oh,
So
okay.
I showed up. I didn't know anything. I didn't have a costume. I didn't have makeup. I didn't know anyone. I was like, it was like I freeballed this entire thing. Like I was just really hoping for the best. And I remember I showed up, and there's like hundreds of people I've never seen before, and I'm so nervous, little 17-year-old me. I was so anxiety riddled at the time. And I remember like walking through everything because when you do orientation or dress rehearsal, they kind of put you in groups and they kind of just like send you off and they're like, hey, this is Hayride, this is Castle,
It's
this
exactly what
is,
they did.
yeah, whatever attraction. And I think a couple of the senior actors were leading it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but and then I got placed in Hayride because if you're under 18, I'm pretty sure you get placed in Hayride, but if you're above 18, like you can go work in the castle and a couple other things up front.
Well, I heard that
Uh,
they recently changed it to where you can also work in forest if you're under 18.
really, I would know. I've never been outside of Hayride.
And I don't want to be.
Me neither. Hayride is where it's at. I'm
It
probably
is.
biased, but
Mm-hmm.
but I got placed in Batsy, and I remember I met Bailey for the first time. I don't think Martina was there. I can't recall if Rosetta was there, but I do remember meeting Bailey. Bailey's one of the first people that I met. Me and her are still buddies to this day.
What's her costume?
She she doesn't know. It's like a she'll like sometimes she has a black dress or a white dress and she carries around her bone, which is like
Mm.
an ongoing joke. Like she has this really hard bone, but I think it broke last year and we
Oh
were all really sad
no.
because it's been like a Scarefest relic for so long. But she kind of reminds me of the Ring Girl when she this like wig, like this really long black haired wig. But I really like her costume. She's also very tall. She's such a sweet girl. But Bailey's one of the first people that I met, and I believe I met Kayla too. I want to say Kayla was there. Miss Kayla dearly love her.
She was a
Um,
great senior actor.
she was lovely. She was so full. She's so full of life, and she's there for everyone. And she was like everyone's like hayride mom. She
She
really
was,
was.
yeah.
But then fast forward to like day, I think this was the first time they incorporated the charge. Where, if for the people who are listening, if you're not familiar with what that is, every actor stands behind this gate in the very front. You can see it like when you walk in, look to your left, there's a big, big ass gate right there.
Yeah.
Kind of hype it up and they're like, all the monsters are gonna come out and welcome to Scarefest, whatever year it is. And we all charge out and everybody runs to their designated area. Mind you, I had no idea what was going on. I was standing like by myself. I think I was kind of like standing around with Bailey, but I was like, I have no idea what's going on. Like everyone here looks so cool. Everyone here is like just like everyone here is just so much cooler than me, and I have no idea what I'm doing. And I will never forget being so nervous. And looking back at it now, my costume then was awful. I have pictures still. I wore
Oh.
like black jeans and like this long black cloak thing. And I put just like blood on my face. Like I didn't know how far I could go then. But since I have definitely progressed in the costume department, which I'm really, really happy about, and I'm hoping to do more this year. But no, I remember getting into Scarefest so vividly, and it's like one of the best things that I ever did.
Yeah. Scare I mean, just last year, 2025, it was a great year for me, and Scarefest was just like the best way to end the year, personally.
Yeah.
It was. As for my costume, I kind of fell in love with it day one.
Yeah, your costume when you started was really great. I was impressed. I was like, I bet somebody in there helped you because you and Dustin were like two birds of a feather when you came in.
As for help with my costume, I mean, my costume itself, no, but my makeup, yes.
Yeah.
I did get it done by the makeup trailer, which they did do a really good job. But
Shout out Makeup Trailer. You guys are great.
they are, and I think after day one, I just bought some of my own makeup just because like every day it was a little different, and I always wanted to like add just my own personal touches to it. Like, for example, I really really love the like black eye look,
Right.
and sometimes they would barely like put stuff around my eye. So I just bought this like black powder that I just spread around my eyes to make it I don't know, looked bruised or looked like I got punched in the eye or something. Because I said this on Kaylin's podcast, but when I feel like when people look at you, the very first thing they look at is your eyes. So
Oh yeah.
what's around your eyes is what's gonna get the first reaction. Like if your eyes are creepy, that's gonna be the very first thing that gets them.
Yep.
Because like when you look at someone, do you look at their mouth? Do you look at their nose? No, you look at their eyes.
Yep. Their big menacing eyes out in the middle of the woods in the night.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I remember I had to learn so much about like makeup because I never used the makeup trailer when I started because I didn't know that was a thing. So I really
They
just went
didn't
in and I
tell
was
you
like,
that
all
was a
right,
thing?
learn. Yeah, I do. I started doing more makeup. I want to say probably around my second year. The first year is when I was like, okay, like I wasn't taking it like super seriously. But then my second year, I was like, okay, like this is something I enjoy. I really want to lock in and like learn and figure out how to like make up my own makeup style, figure out like what my character is, like what do I want to do to my face every night basically. Like I really wanted to like be independent and figure out how to do it on my own. And not to toot my own horn, but I really like to think that my makeup has come a long way. I don't know if you've seen on my Facebook, but I did a small photo shoot with Sam, Miss Daughter of Samhain, from last year. Some photographers came through and they were kind enough to incorporate some of the actors in their photography, and they were taking pictures. And in that scene, we used our little seance table, and me and Sam really just ate up that table. Like, those are some of my favorite pictures that I have ever gotten. And I think I look absolutely menacing. Um, it's the makeup I did that night. I was supposed to go to a Sleep Token concert, but due to some unfortunate circumstances on a different party, I didn't get to go. I was very, very upset. So I was like, you know what? I can't go. We're going to do some Sleep Token makeup. So everything that's on my chest in that picture is a bunch of like Sleep Token rune, which is like their language for their album.
Oh,
And
okay.
I wrote like I think I wrote "Take Me Back to Eden" on my chest, and then "Let's Worship," and then I put a bunch on my legs, but I don't think you can see it on my legs in that picture.
Mm.
And I think I may or may not have put something on my forehead, but that was my favorite makeup moment, and I'm 1000% going to recreate that this year at some point when it's not a million degrees outside.
Oh. I don't know, like some nights it was really hot and then others it was really cold.
Man, the beginning of the season is always the hottest, and I will die on that hill. I remember it was either dress rehearsal or orientation. It was like 90 degrees outside, and I was like, guys, it's like we're doing Halloween things, and I'm like sweating like a sinner in church. This is so unfair.
That's how.
Scarefest Street is something else, I
And
swear.
well, if you looked at my costume, I was in
Yeah.
like a hoodie. I was in pants. I had layers on every night because I had like knee pads, shoulder pads. I had
Yeah.
I had like waist pads on underneath because I fell
We're like
down a lot.
constantly beating each other up all the time.
Yes, it's exactly why we beat the fuck out of each other in
Yes.
military scene every single time a wagon comes through. So
Yeah.
if I
Yeah, I
didn't
remember
wear
being
those,
wagon attendant and watching you guys do it, and I'm like, oh my god, like, are they actually like brawling or are they just being silly? Like, what's going on?
if I would be fucked up if I didn't wear those. My knees,
Yeah,
I'd probably be broken. I
yeah,
would have.
especially with like the tire incident.
Oh, did you see some of those?
I saw a lot of those.
Oh my.
I saw so many of those when I was wagon attending. Trust and believe I got a good laugh out of it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so before we continue, I said this in Dustin's video and I said this in Kaylin's video, but I need to put up this disclaimer. So, when Gwen and I talk about Scarefest, We are talking about our experiences as actors. We are not speaking for the park itself.
Yes, absolutely. We are not management. We are not managers. We do not make any big major decisions in the park. We simply just work there, and we're talking about our experiences throughout well, for me, throughout the years, and Gabe throughout the year in the park. Please do not take anything we say super seriously.
No, no, absolutely not. This is just our experience and our opinions. Um,
Yep.
how would you best describe Hayride?
Oh man, that's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best way I would describe Hayride is like close knit family.
Yes, for sure. Hayride is very much a close knit family. There's others. Okay, so Hayride has like 11 scenes in total, I think.
Yeah, they've got the one where they hose you down in the smoke, graveyard, barn, bat. I think it's nuclear. I'm sorry if I
Yes, it
have it
is.
wrong. Okay. And then it goes into military, and then it goes over the bridge in front of bat, voodoo, medical, and bunker. And then that's it.
I think the only one you forgot is Highway.
I don't think highway exists anymore.
It does. It's just a tiny little stretch now, though.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I know that the hayride used to be much longer, and it was like a highway scene that was like so long. It was like half of hayride.
Yeah, it was very long. I don't know if I was a highway, but I've definitely heard the highway lore.
The highway lore.
Yep. So
What's the
got this.
layout of hayride? Justin said it's like a big figure eight, and I think that is what the layout is, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it is kind of like like it's like a disfigured figure eight
Yeah,
almost. Like it's a really weird shape.
it's an eight that it has curves
Yep, it's an eight with like extra steps.
with extra steps. Bat scene and military scene are very close. So we talked about how it's a figure eight, where the second circle, or as I would like to say, like the top circle of the eight, that's where Hayride and Bat scene are. So the wagon comes out of barn, and then it makes a right turn into Bat scene.
Yep.
And then that's where it goes up to like the top of the eight. That's where nuclear is, and then it swings around back into military scene.
Yep.
And then it continues back to
Yep.
kind of near Bat, but then it makes a right across the
Yeah,
bridge
Batsing gets lucky and we can hit it twice if we want.
if you want. This is going to be weird, but from like an outside perspective, the way I see Bat scene is that number one, as a customer, I thought it was the scariest scene in Hayride.
Batsing's gonna love to hear that.
Yes, I think it's the scariest scene in Hayride. Even as an actor, like when I walked through all the different scenes when all the lights were off and it's daylight out, I thought that Bat scene looked the scariest, and I think it is. I think Bat scene is the scariest. But another thing too is that I noticed that a lot of the actors are like veteran actors, and there's like barely any new actors there.
Yeah, lots of us. I think Martina and Bailey, don't quote me. I think they're on their 6th year this year, I believe.
Okay.
I Jeff's been there since the dawn of time, as far as I know. Jeff has been there for so long. He is like top of the food chain. Um, Sam and Jaden, this is going to be their 2nd year. They came last year, and they are absolutely lovely. They both killed it last year for being first timers. Um, and then we had another girl in our scene. She was very shy, but she was very lovely. I don't want to name drop her just in case she's a little shy, but it was her first year last year too, and she was wonderful. She was dressed as the bat.
Uh,
Um, Rosie used to be in there, but she kind of traveled towards wagon attending. I don't know how long she's been there. I want to say she's probably been there about the same time I have, but yeah, lots of us in there have been there for a while.
oh, okay. Um, that's really cool. Um, I'll talk about military scene later, but as for Hayride, they say that the park itself does say that Hayride is the least scariest of the four. I personally think it's scarier than Forest.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes.
Um,
Yeah, it's just yeah, it's just, I feel like it is also scarier than Forest too.
well, it's just the time I went as a customer before I started working there. I wouldn't say it disappointed me, but it just didn't feel as scary as I remembered.
Right, yeah.
If
I
that makes.
haven't been in there in like 6 years, so I couldn't tell you, but
Mm-hmm. So speaking of forest, how would you like describe forest as? I mean, there's not really much. It's just a forest walk. It's pretty self-explanatory.
I'll be so honest with you. I haven't been in there since like 2021.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't I don't remember what's in there. I do know a couple people that are in there and like like you kind of like hear things throughout the park. I hear it's a good time. I hear everybody in there is pretty cool and I've heard the manager is also really great. So I don't have anything bad to say, but I would also say it's maybe along the same lines of Hayride, but then again I can't speak from
Mm-hmm.
experience cuz I've never been in there.
I will say that as Hayride, I think we have been blessed of having the best manager at the park.
Oh, shout out our manager. I saw her
Yes.
the other day while we were driving. I screamed out the window. I said, "Hey, miss you." She's so lovely. I love her so bad.
Right. Maze. I have a weird relationship with Maze.
Really? Tell me about it.
um, I'll tell you later when I go to my experiences as a customer.
Got it.
That's my weird relationship with Maze. And then Castle is just it's Castle.
Yeah, Castle hurts a little bit.
What do you mean by it hurts?
So during like, I'm pretty sure it's dress rehearsal. It's like our last hurrah before the park opens. We were allowed to walk through as customers and it's in full swing. Like everybody in there is acting, everything's turned on. Like you're getting terrorized the entire time.
And they're
And
probably
honestly,
overdoing it because we're actors.
yeah, probably, but like there was like stuff like dangling in my face and it was like it's very small and cramped and I could be wrong, but I think they added more like rooms last year. So it was like so long. I remember being in there with somebody from my seat and I was like, "Jesus Christ, why is it so fucking long?" Like it just didn't end. It didn't stop. And I was like, "Oh my God, like when is it going to stop?" And I swear I was in there for like a half an hour. Maybe it was a skill issue, but it felt like eternity.
Like the castle is hell itself. You're there forever. You can't leave.
Yeah, man. Like the actors in there, don't get me wrong, they are great. I would say, like their conditions are like their conditions in there are also like pretty demanding. They're in small spaces. It gets hot in there because like
Mm-hmm.
it's just an ongoing like maze in there. It gets hot.
Unless you're in
They've
the
got to
freezer
ask
room.
for breaks. Like I give them props for being able to work in there because I know I couldn't do it. To me, it just is like like it just looks like a headache all the time. So
No.
props to the castle people.
Right. For that. Yeah, for sure. And then it's supposedly the scariest, which I mean, I haven't been in Castle as a customer, but I would say yes because when I did go to the hiring event and we went through all the attractions, I was completely fine in Maze, Forest, and Hayride. But Castle, even with all of the lights on and none of the actors there, I was a little on edge.
Yeah, it's also like I feel like it's just like the amount of space that you're given in there. I feel like you're not given a lot of space to kind of like move around and it's just like, oh man, like it's a claustrophobe's nightmare, I feel.
Yeah, 100%. That and Maze, but actually more so
Yes.
Castle.
Yeah, I go through Castle during the dress rehearsal thing every year when they're like practicing. So I only really see Castle. I don't really go through like Maze or Forest, but I'm sure they're great too.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Black Spaghetti Hell?
Oh God, are you talking about the thing that they walk around with the pumpkin?
No, 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 no. I'm talking about it in Castle where it's all of those frickin' tubes that hang from the ceiling. You
God,
gotta.
I hated it. I hated it. Oh my God. I was like actually wigging out. I was so confused. I was like, what is it? Oh my God. I was so, oh my God. It was the most overstimulating experience of my life. Like, oof.
I was like, how do people see in this when the lights are off? How do they not get turned around or run into a wall?
I think I did run into a wall.
It's like in forests where there's like a whole bunch of sheets in your face and you gotta push your way through them. When
Oh.
I went there as a customer, I full on just shoved an actor because I couldn't see them. I like I like shoved them and I was like, "What? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
sorry. I
couldn't
thought
see
you were a
you.
sheet.
I thought you were a sheet."
Sorry, man. Oh my gosh.
Castle is it's Castle.
Yeah, Castle is something. Let me tell you that.
During Dustin's and Kaylin's video, I never really talked about my experience as a customer, so I kind of wanted to share that here today. Um,
Yes.
so I first went as a customer during my sophomore year of high school. Um,
Wow.
this would have been this would have been yours and Dustin's first year working there.
Oh man, yeah, you would have seen baby me.
So my experience was I did not like anything scary. This was my very first time, except for when I was like really, really little, being in any kind of like haunted house, haunted hayride, haunted attraction. So we went on the hayride. I sat. If you're okay, let's say if you're facing, let's say you're scaring someone and you're facing the back of the wagon, like you're scaring the people on the back, facing the back. I was sitting on
Right.
the right side.
Okay.
I was on
Oh,
the
you were
bottom.
on my side.
Yeah, so I was facing. So I was on the right side, and I was sitting at the very, very end, like the very last seat towards like kind of where you step onto the wagon. I was sitting literally right there.
Okay.
Um, my first time on the wagon, and then in one scene, I think this actor's actually in that scene. They wore a striped shirt and leather jacket and like a clown mask. They stepped.
Martina.
Who?
Martina. Yeah,
She
that's Marty.
She stepped onto the wagon and sat next to me the entire hayride and was
She's
just like all the actors would come up and like shake her hand and I was like, "Wow, this is amazing. This is cool. I get one of the actors right next to me."
That's
I
such a
get
Marty thing to do.
it's such a what?
That's such a Marty thing to do. Shit like that. I love it.
And then my dad like looked at me and he goes, "Gabe's got the best seat." And then she looked at me and nodded her head. And then the the people I was with like my cousin, my sister, and my cousin's friend. My cousin's friend, who was so scared, looked at her and she went like, "I like your nose," and she like honked it.
She squeaked. I think that
Yes.
might have been the year she started squeaking it. I could be wrong. Squeakers in there now.
It was so funny. And then another, so oh, that day was so fun. A guy in a clown mask. I completely forgot which scene it was in. He jumped right in front of the same girl, my cousin's friend, and she full on just punched him right in the face.
Oh,
Which, as an actor, you hate that. You don't want people who do that.
right.
But,
Yeah, I've had my fair share of that.
but I don't know. I thought it was so funny. Like I was talking about that
Oh,
days
poor guy.
after. No, because he kind of broke character, and he's like, you can't do that. And then she was sitting there like, "Am I gonna get in trouble?" And I'm like, "No, you're fine.
No, probably.
Probably not." Another thing that we were in that scene during that time. What is the name of that like thing that comes out of the curtains and like it like opens the doors? It's like a giant animatronic.
That is Eleanor, our werewolf.
Yes, that.
Yeah. Miss Eleanor.
Um, that thing came out at all of the other customers like down the line next to me. I saw that. It scared the crap out of them and I was like, "I'm glad I avoided that one."
I think somebody stole one of her fingers. One of her fingers on if you're looking at her, I think it's her right hand. I think somebody took one of her fingers or like it bashed into the wagon. Something happened to her finger. I don't think it's there anymore.
Oh no. Poor
Poor Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have something to share about the giant Alfred animatronic in there. So we have a guy. His name is Jay. We love him dearly. He is the one who operates all of our animatronics in there. He's the one that pushes Eleanor, and he's the one that turns on Alfred. One day, I think I came a little bit early. It was just me and him in there. And we were just chatting about something, and I'm like looking at Alfred, and I see like movement in his neck, and he's not turned on yet because they don't turn any of our stuff on until like we're about to start running. And I was like, Jay, is Alfred on? And he was like, no, he shouldn't be. Why? I was like, why is his neck moving like that?
That's so
and
weird.
And a fucking raccoon crawls out of Alfred's neck and eats shit on the ground, and then runs off into the woods. And I'm like, Jay, there was a raccoon burrowing in Alfred. And we just, it was so funny. It was hilarious.
Raccoon was just inside.
Yeah, it was just like this random raccoon chilling in Alfred's neck. And then I guess we spooked it, crawled out. It jumped like down from his neck. Like it didn't crawl down, it jumped. And then ran into the woods somewhere.
When was this? Like last year?
Oh, probably like 3 years ago now.
Oh, okay. That's really funny though. We never had any animal problems in our scene, thankfully. No wildlife issues.
We had a possum, I think, a year or two ago. We
Not
named
last
it something.
year. It might have been 2 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah,
we had no problems in our scene, but every single day after, like when I was driving home, I would almost hit a possum in the road.
Now, I swear, it's like a universal experience after Scarefest. Those possums are out to get you.
They are, and I hate them. They're so ugly looking.
Oh no, I got possum salt and pepper shakers today. That's actually really funny.
So as for my second year as a customer, that's when I went to Forest for the first time. This was the year before they combined Forest and Maze. That was really fun, and my dad never usually gets scared by all this stuff, but when we went to this is the year I full on just nailed someone in the freaking sheets section, just shoved them. But my dad said like, you got me. Because someone actually did scare him there.
Wow. That's always the best.
That is. And then this is the year... Okay. This is the year I ran into a drunk customer in the queue for Forest.
Ugh.
I was in line, and... Okay, I was only 16 years old at the time, but I guess I looked older because I was wearing a leather jacket, and apparently that made me look older.
Right.
So I was wearing a leather jacket, and then these two guys who were very drunk, they were even holding a beer in their hands. They said, did you ride your motorcycle here? And I'm like, no. And then he wanted to offer me like a drink. He was trying to offer me his drink, and then I could just smell the alcohol in his breath because he got a little close to me, and I'm like, no. No. And then he said, like, you know, those girls over there, they wanted some alcohol. I gave it to them.
Ew.
Like, okay. I'm not interested. No, thank you.
Weird flex, but all right.
Yep. And then we didn't talk after that, which I was glad. I was very happy. The third year I went to Scarefest as a customer, this was right before I started working there. I brought my best friend Link with me. I did a podcast episode with him, too, actually, by the time this comes out. But I went with him. This is when they combined Forest and Maze. We did Forest and Maze, and we did Hayride. But we did Hayride first. Oh, we did Hayride the previous year, and this is when I met Kayla before I met her as an actor. I once again sat on the end, the same spot, but on the opposite side. Kayla was wearing her mannequin head costume.
Oh my god, the legendary mannequin head!
So, I wasn't even paying attention. I was in I don't even remember which scene this was in. I was paying attention to the hayride itself. She jumps on the wagon without me knowing, and then my sister goes, "Gabe, look to your right." I look to my right. The mannequin head is like right in front of my face. And I was like, "What the heck?" And then she just starts dancing right next to me, and I couldn't
I
help but just burst out laughing.
Kayla so much.
It was
Such a Kayla thing to do. I have so many ridiculous videos of Kayla throughout the years. I love her so bad.
it was so funny. And then finally one time when I was an actor and I saw Kayla walking around because she was roaming around, I saw the mannequin head and I'm like, "Oh, it was you. It was you."
Gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so the third year when I brought my best friend, nothing too noteworthy happened on Hayride. But when we got back to the park itself, while we were waiting to get into Forest and Maze, the fog machine that they started to use was terrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible. Like, we were sitting down, we were cold, we were tired, because it's like 11 o'clock at night, and the fog machine was just on full blast, and I was like, I can't. My eyes are watering. What are they doing?
Oh man, I'm not a fan of fog machines either. I get it.
And then literally the next weekend we went to senior homecoming and it was the same and we're like, are we back at Scarefest? What's going on? So we went on to Forest. It wasn't as eventful as the previous year, but this was my first time in Maze. My best friend took the right turn first try and left the rest of us stuck in the maze for another 15 minutes.
That happened to somebody I knew.
We're just so me, my dad, and my sister, and I think my cousin too, are just in the maze trying to find our way out, but we could never make it.
Yup.
Um,
Every time.
there was okay, so at the beginning of the maze, there's kind of like this very like lit up section. I don't know how to describe it. It's like lit up by some, I think it's a black light,
Mm-hmm.
and the very first actor handed us all goldfish, and she said, "Give it to some bird creature that you see later on in the maze." So I find the bird. I gave her the goldfish, and she was very happy about it. That was like one of my best actor experiences while I was a customer. Um, I asked my dad, "Dad, do you have the goldfish you can give her?" And he said, "You're supposed to give it to her?" And I said, "Yeah." "Oh, I just ate it." And I'm like, "You just ate goldfish that some rando gave you."
Exactly.
Like, I mean, I get it. We're technically in a controlled environment, but still,
Come on.
you just ate goldfish that some random person you don't know gave you who wasn't even wearing gloves.
And also told you to give it to a bird.
Yes, which I did. I followed the directions, and I remember I was standing with the bird for like 30 seconds because I was wearing gloves, and they were like motorcycle gloves. So I was
Incredible.
I was like trying to like take it out and put it in her hands, and I'm like, I can't get them. And then I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna drop them into your hands. And then she took the goldfish, and then I couldn't get out. I was trying to find my way.
Oh, I remember that maze when I went as a customer the year before I started. That maze is hard.
It is. It's hard, but I don't know. If you talk to my friend, he said it was easy.
Ah, whatever, man.
Whatever.
It's fine.
So that kind of wraps out my experiences as a customer. And then the next year, I was on the Disney Skyliner and at Disney World, and I was like, I need a job when I get home. Applied at Scarefest.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did. I literally applied, like I said, for shits and gigs. Like I did not think it was gonna be a thing, but here I am, like 5 years later. I started when I was 17, and I turned 22 this season.
Oh, okay.
Like it's very weird to think about that I've been doing it for that long, but I genuinely would not have it any other way. It's one of my favorite things to look forward to throughout the year.
Yeah, it was really fun. And so I made it to the hiring event that year. Um, I think Hayride was like the second to last attraction I went through, but okay, so the two senior actors, one of which was Kayla, they were just so, I don't know, like they were way more passionate in their attraction than the other senior actors were.
Yeah.
Like they were like Kayla literally said she was the hype man, and she was the hype man. I was like, ooh, okay, this one's fun. I want to do this one.
Yep.
I want to do this attraction. It was really fun.
Yeah, I definitely feel like with Hayride, we have a lot more creative freedom. Like, I feel like we have a lot more room to work, and we have a lot of things that we can actually execute outside, given that we're not like, like in one area the entire time, like a little cubicle, if you will. Like,
Right.
obviously we're like in one scene, but like our scenes are pretty big and there's a lot to interact with. And like, you guys in military, you do skits. Like that scene went batshit crazy the past couple years. Like shout out to Jeff, honestly. Like Jeff really brings it all. Like Jeff, like we made an effigy tree last year. I believe that's what it's called. It has all of like the bones on it. And I'm pretty sure he's the one that advocated for our ritual table, which we used a lot last year. And he's the one that hung up a lot of the bones. And like a couple of us came in and painted stalagmites because in front of Alfred there's black lights, so it just makes it look a little better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like we just have like a lot more creative freedom out there, and like we can, again, we can do a bunch of skits. Like, you guys have your tire throwing thing, and you guys are like throwing each other and punching each other, and taking out zombies, and like we can do a bunch of crazy shit out there. And I feel like that's why Hayride is just the way it is, because everybody can just really fully express themselves out there.
I think it's the most inviting attraction. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not saying that there's not like rude people, because you're gonna find that everywhere, but like it's just like starting out, it just gives you like time to express yourself, find out like what you want to do here.
Yeah,
Um,
like what works, and then like most majority of the people in the scenes in there, they will like openly give you tips and be like, "Hey, I know you're new. Here's what worked for me. Like, what are you thinking? Like, do you have an idea for a costume? Do you have a costume? Like, what's the haps?" Like, I remember like that's kind of happened a little bit in Bat Scene, where like, sometimes we would help conjure up these ideas or help with costumes, because like my costume has definitely evolved over the years. Like, I literally started in like black jeans, Converse, and a dark black cloak, and like just blood on my face. Like, that's what I started with. Now I have like a bunch of props. I have a mask that I use. I have a staff. I have like tattered clothing that I made look beaten up and gross. And like I have like all these different like props. Like, I have a corset with my costume. It's so great, and I love the hayride energy so much.
yeah, Hayride is it's awesome, and
I do get pretty passionate about Scarefest. Scarefest is like one of the things that like really brought me out of my shell and like kind of made me who I am today. And that sounds like really corny and like, oh come on, like everybody says that, but like I mean it. Like, I started when I was 17. I had no friends outside of high school. I had a really hard time in high school. I didn't have like
same.
any friends. I took a really big jump getting into Scarefest because nobody was doing it with me. Like, I didn't have any friends that were going in it with me. I did it
Same.
completely by myself. Like, it was very scary. And for a lot of people, meeting new people can be really hard. And at the time, it was for me. But like everybody in that scene, and many more people that I am friends with in the hayride have really become like I'm very close with them. Like, that scene will get together outside of the season. Like, we had a Christmas party last year.
Oh, that's amazing.
And we have group chats where we keep in contact. And like Jeff and I, funny enough, we both adopted puppies from the same litter, so our dogs are brother and sister. So sometimes we will like to, like, have our dogs visit, or Jeff will be like, hey, how's Milo doing, and I'll be like, he's good. So it's like Scarefest really brought me like a lot of my friends and like this community of people that I really, really care about. And it's just one of those things that I will always hold super, super close to my heart. And I'm very grateful that I found it when I did.
Yeah, and even with me, like Dustin's one of my best friends now, and I wouldn't have met him if I didn't go to Scarefest. So,
Yeah, Dustin, I like to think Dustin's one of my good friends. Like,
hmm
like I've known him since I started. Like I'll go over there, we'll chat. Same thing like with you, like I met you last year, and with Michael and, a couple of the other guys in there, and I'm friends with a couple people in Voodoo and in Barn, and everybody with me in Bat Scene. I like to think we're
yeah.
we're
See,
pretty.
my regret is that I wished I was more social with people outside of my scene, and while I was, I just wish I was a little more.
Yeah, it definitely. I know I wasn't my first year because I was like, well, I don't know how to talk to these people. I don't know what to do, but I definitely have like branched out just a little bit. Like when I started spontaneously wagon attending last year, um I became familiar with a lot of different people, which was really nice. And then I would see them in costume and outside, because if I was like, I don't want to say scheduled, but like if it was planned for me to be wagon attending, I would come, in like my layers and my sweats and like just kind of chill out. And then so these people got to see me in makeup and then out of makeup.
hmm
And so sometimes I would kind of like cruise around on the wagon and then jump back down at Bat, but I would go through Nuclear, and I can't remember this girl's name, and I'm so sorry, but her costume was so cool. She would come up and she would like grab my hand, jump up and down, then I'd give her a twirl, and she was so sweet. And I think another girl was in there for a little bit, and we would like have like funny banter with each other. And then when we would go into military, Dustin is the one that has like the air powered gun or whatever, and every time he got done with like quote shooting the zombies, I'd throw my hands in the air and go, yeah, and he'd do it back. And then Son of Samhain last year, I'm not sure if he wants to be name dropped, but Son of Samhain, he was the one operating the zombie guy at the end of Bat. He was kind enough to let me borrow his death whistles a lot, which was really nice.
Oh,
And I came through one night and he actually handed it off to me, and I cannot remember who this was, but shout out to whoever it was. I was wagon attending one night and they handed me a s'more while I was on the wagon. That way I could have one. It was so, so sweet.
were you eating it in front of the customers?
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm not gonna let the s'more go to waste. I
It's
remember a
funny.
customer was like, wow, you're popular. I was like, nah.
Wagon attending sounds so fun.
It's really not that hard either. Like I was a little intimidated by like the computer, and like
Oh,
there's cues where you have to press it, but it really wasn't that bad. It was actually a really nice break.
okay. I gotcha. And you could still be in character, still like.
Oh yeah. Um,
Mhm.
it does kind of suck when it starts getting up my costumes. Like I have a skirt and I have like spandex shorts underneath, and I would like do makeup on my legs and stuff, so it's kind of part of my costume. So pants weren't necessarily a part of my costume, but it was really nice to kind of go up there and kind of like be creepy and weird on the wagon, and I would like intimidate people getting on and kind of stand there and, kind of bark orders. It was fun.
Move it!
Yeah, move it. Let's go. Get on.
Get on! Um,
Oh,
yeah. I will say this. You talked a lot about Bat Scene, and when it was the final night after the like final wagon left Bat Scene, all I heard was, "Wow! Bat Scene! Bat Scene! Bat Scene!"
okay. So sometimes we really try to like keep the hype up. Like sometimes Jeff will come in and be like, "Oh yeah, scene, let's oh, scene chant. It's so ridiculous. So we'll do our bat scene chant just to kind of get everybody like moving and grooving and get everybody hyped because we really do like to bring the freak on.
Yes. The scary one, not the other one.
Oh yeah, no, not that one. We're family friendly ride guys.
Yes, yeah. No profanity when you're
No,
on
no,
the
no.
wagon. If you hear profanity, that means someone's doing something wrong.
Do you hear profanity? No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. No,
No,
you
you
didn't.
didn't.
You didn't hear anything. Shut your mouth.
Exactly.
So continue.
Oh, but yeah, we really like to bring our A game. Like obviously everybody has their nights where they're like, I'm tired, I've got bruises everywhere. Like I've got crazy pictures of bruises and I've definitely gotten beat up before, but we really like to bring it all. Like we started doing like these skits. There was one year where there was like a rope from a tree and we would quote hang Bailey and we would like pretend to kill her on the rope. Or I don't know if you remember our doll mom, but sometimes we get into shenanigans with mom and it's great. And then we got our ritual table and we would like do pretend sacrifices and stuff and we would chant. I think on the last night, like Jeff was like having us chant like Switzerland or something. Like we were like
Switzerland.
I don't know. Like we were really like going at it. Like we were really just being like, all right.
Switzerland.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've got so many stories, but we really do get into our skits and it's so great.
It is. It's even in Hayride, it's really fun. So I will say that like as for starting out, after I found out I got Hayride, I couldn't make it to dress rehearsal or opening weekend.
I remember hearing about that.
That's because I was in Ireland. This was right after I graduated, and my mom took me to Ireland, and I felt so bad because even though I was in Ireland having a good time, like I felt like I was missing out on like some
Right.
stuff at Scarefest. Like I was because like Facebook was going off because we had a Hayride group chat. I kept seeing notifications on Facebook pop up, and I'm like, why can't I be there?
Oh.
I'm stuck over here on the other side of the world.
Incredible.
But no, I got back from Ireland and then it was the second weekend. I remember I showed up not knowing anyone, trying to find conversation with people. I got my makeup done. I looked amazing. And then I met Michael and Josh and then Dustin. Dustin didn't want to do charge though. So I did my first charge. Thankfully Michael and Josh helped, but charge was so fun.
Yeah, charge is great when you're not in the very front, but to you if you like the front. I personally don't. Heard horror stories about like people getting trampled.
Ugh. No. So funny thing about charge, I only got to do charge once. When I did charge, you had to jump over a rope to get into Hayride.
Yep.
I jumped and my foot caught the back of the rope and I almost fell.
Oh no.
I almost fell. And then someone from Bunkerstein came up to me and was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all right." Almost twisted my ankle, but I'm all right.
Oh yeah. No, just because I don't know, I like to use that as an opportunity to kind of get into character. I like to look at people and kind of like get what the vibe is going to be. Like I like to be, like I said, in the very back. So I'll like walk in front of people. I'll kind of like interact just a little bit before I go back. I kind of just like use that as an opportunity to kind of like.
See, I thought you couldn't do that, so that's why I just made a beeline for Hayride.
Yeah, like you're not supposed to like hang out up there. I stay in the back and I walk out just because, like, I'm sorry, I don't want to biff it and like eat it in those rocks because that genuinely sounds like my personal hell. So I like to take my time.
Hey, I was in military scene and I ate rocks a lot.
So did I. I can't even tell you how many times over the past almost 5 years I have fallen off the wagon.
Fallen off the wagon?
Yeah, I've got some horror stories about that.
Ooh. Ugh. That sounds bad. Um,
Yeah, I wish I could show pictures throughout the years. Like it's I look like they're rotting from like how many bruises I get.
ugh. So, do you want to tell me what? I know you kind of said your costume a little bit, but your costume now, like, give me like a good description of it. If you have like a name for this character and like what's their backstory.
Uh, to be completely honest with you, my character doesn't really have a backstory. But I definitely have like a vibe and an aesthetic that I go for with my costume. I don't know if you're familiar with the song Harpy Hair by, I think it's Yokelore. I can never pronounce their name right. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But that song kind of gave me like inspo for my character. Like a lot of the characters within that, like the album or the song or like just the animation in general, they're all like animal-esque. They have a lot of like burlap um
Mm-hmm.
stuff going on. So that's kind of where I took inspo from. They're like really aesthetically pleasing looking humanoid creatures, which is kind of what I wanted to go for.
If I was ever
Um,
in Bat Scene, I would 100% try to do some kind of werewolf.
oh yeah, werewolf, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people would 100% call me a furry, but I'm just gonna go with it.
Nah, you can be Eleanor's child for all we care.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I could be Eleanor's child.
That'd be so funny. But my costume, I updated like about 2 years ago now. Well, I kind of like add on throughout the years. Like I've never actually like gone out and bought everything in bulk. I really like to like
Mm-hmm.
build and kind of just like see where it's at.
Do you want a
I
picture of it to be edited on here?
Oh my god, that'd be actually incredible.
Yeah, because that's what I did with Kaylin. We posted and Dustin too a little bit, but yeah. So there's Gwen's picture. It's popping up right now. There's Gwen's costume.
Yeah, that's my get up.
As for did you give your did you give it? I know you said you didn't give it a backstory, but did you give it a name at least?
um I mean, I it didn't really for me. I was actually standing on the loading dock one night, and me and this customer got into a conversation about my costume, funny enough. And I she was like, "Well, what's your name?" I was like, "Funny enough, like I don't have a name. Like, do you want to give me one?" And she said Lavender. So I've kind of ran with that just a little bit, but I don't really
Okay.
like incorporate it a lot. But like I do kind of want to go in depth a little more on my character this year.
Okay. Because I did the Wicked Wendy route and gave my character a full name and backstory.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you probably didn't make it that far in Kaylin's video, but um so I won't say my backstory again just because I don't think anyone listening wants to hear it again. I'll give it like the short version actually this time. So um my character's name is Raiju. Raiju. If you've ever played the game Phasmophobia, it's the name of one of the ghost types. Um
That's why it's familiar. Okay, got it.
Yes, it's one of the ghost types in Phasmophobia, and I took the name and just said that's my character's name because it sounds like a name a zombie would pick. So
Right.
basically, he was just a soldier who went to war against the zombie apocalypse and got infected, and now he's crazy. That's the short version.
Love it.
And I've come to really, really enjoy this character. I love just being a zombie. Kayla actually describes my character as being a crackhead
Well,
or
yes,
acting like a
that's the energy you
crackhead.
gotta bring.
What?
I said, well, yes, that's the energy you gotta bring.
Especially when you're a zombie.
Of course.
One thing I will say is that Dustin didn't do this, but a lot of my other some other people in the military said like, "Why are you holding a knife? You're a zombie. You're not supposed to have any kind of weapons." And I'm like, I can do what I want here, people.
Yeah, come on, get into the whimsy.
If I want to if I want to hold a knife, I want to hold a knife. And I love that knife. I think I have it in my room somewhere. Oh yeah, here it is right here. It's just randomly on my desk for some reason. It's
Convenient.
this fake foam knife that I got from Spirit Halloween. But I got so many good like compliments and fun interactions of customers with it, so I was really happy that I kept that.
Yeah, I love positive customer interactions. Speaking of, those make my night.
Yeah. And then as for my costume itself, I wear a green. I bought most of it on Amazon, but I have like a green tactical hoodie, some tactical pants. I have a shirt on underneath that I have stained with blood, but I never really took my jacket off just because like I didn't bother ripping the shirt. I mainly wanted to use it for warmth because I thought it
Right.
was going to be really really cold, which it was a couple nights, mainly when it was raining. Um
Mm-hmm.
but and then I did wear a gas mask a couple nights, only when my voice hurt and I didn't want to speak that night.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Michael said I copied him, which I didn't. You, your costume is not original. There are many people who wear gas masks, not in here maybe, but elsewhere 100%.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, Michael. No, your costume's really good, Michael. We like it a lot.
Yes, yes.
Plus my mask was very different from his. His was like green and it came out in the front. Mine was like black and it had the hose in the side.
Yeah, wasn't he wearing it in that TikTok that was made and posted on the Scarefest TikTok page?
Yeah, we both made it on the Scarefest TikTok page.
Yeah, so did Betsy. It was great.
I saw the bat scene one. It looked so cool. I think that was like their most popular video that year too. Was the bat scene
I,
one.
I think that was I could be wrong. I don't word, but I think that's the second because they made one. I don't know if it was in Maze or Forest. Sorry guys. It was somebody with an anglerfish costume,
Oh, that's Forrest.
which was really fucking might I add. I never saw the person who made it, but if you are like by chance watching this, your costume was like absolutely amazing. It was really, really cool.
I will
But
say that was the one costume I was so jealous of. I was like, that is such an original idea. Why have I not come up with an idea as cool as that?
yeah, somebody at the final night where we like hang out and have the bonfire and whatnot, somebody had like an actual TV on their head. Like they were like a TV head person. Like I don't know what it was, but it was really cool. I
Are
have a
you sure
video of
they
them
weren't?
dancing.
Are you sure they weren't dressing up as Tenna from Deltarune?
I have no idea what it was. I'm severely uneducated in the TV head department, but
Okay,
the
it's okay.
costume was so cool.
It was like, did they just do it for the last night specifically, or were they always dressed like that?
I don't know. I had not seen them prior to the final night, but
Oh,
if they wore that TV on their head for like the entire night, I give you props because that thing had to be so heavy.
yeah. How would you actually describe like that scene? Not as like the actors, but the scene itself, like the environment when you go through it.
Feral, feral,
Feral. Okay.
feral. Yeah, I personally would say feral because when you come into Bat Scene, there's like a giant like entrance that goes like over your head and then into the ground. I stand on the left side inside. I'm probably about I want to say 4 or 5 feet off the ground, and I will swing out, and I'm like high enough to where I can look down on everybody. And sometimes, if Son of Samhain lets me borrow his death whistle, I'll use the death whistle or I'll scream. It kind of just depends on how I'm feeling. And then
Right.
Martina is on the opposite side of me normally. And she'll kind of just stand there, look fake, and then start moving. And then Eleanor comes out and she makes a bunch of noise. She's got strobe lights. And then to the left of Eleanor, that is where Bailey comes out at. And Bailey screams, like she has a very impressive high pitched scream. And she will hit the side of the wagon and then she kind of like stares at people. Bailey's got a really menacing stare. Like she just does. And then Sam kind of bounces around in the back a little bit. She's got lots of room, but she's also very flexible, which is cool. She can do some contortionist stuff. Like she can do back bends and like she can do a bunch of crazy shit. Um, Jaden, she a lot last year sacrificial stuff like on the table.
Oh, okay.
And then our other Scarefest buddy, who I'm not, I know that she's shy. She would be in this little like shed thing, and she would come out and like walk towards the hayride. And then on top of that, you got Alfred in there, our giant animatronic that like is he's huge and he's moving, he's making sounds, he's doing a bunch of different things. And then if Jeff's in there, it gets crazy because you never know what you're gonna get with Jeff. You just don't.
No, you don't.
No, I don't know if you remember, but last year he riding around on his bike.
Oh yeah, I saw the video that you sent on the group chat. It's my favorite video.
Yep. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. So if Jeff is in that scene and acting with us, it can get pretty wild. So.
Uh,
And then sometimes, depending on who's wagon, I know some wagon attendants don't enjoy it. I will get on the wagon and I will interact and I'll go for a swing and then hop back off at the beginning of that scene where it loops back around. So,
right.
yep.
Where's the like barrier that separates bat scene from nuclear?
Off with a giant like bat statue is
Okay.
normally where the queue is for like the oh my gosh, what is it called? For like the computer on the wagon.
Oh, okay. Also, so because you're in bat scene, do say the audio that plays when when the wagon enters bat scene, the audio that is so very loud.
Oh my goodness. Why can I not think of what it is? It's like the audio is like talking about like, oh, don't interact with the creatures. Like keep your head down. Like don't look at them. Don't talk to them.
I'm gonna try my best because you can hear it in military scene. We're literally just up a hill.
Yep.
We're literally just up a hill from bat scene, but it's like, yeah, because you dumped your medical waste into it, the creatures started to mutate and the animals
Yep.
drank the water or something like that.
Yep.
The animals,
Yep.
I guess,
That's
being you guys.
yep. I'm surprised that you can't remember that. For like 5 years now.
And I heard that those audio files have been there since the beginning.
Oh yeah, they've been there for a long time, and I don't think they plan on changing it anytime soon.
Yeah. I mean, but as annoying as it is what makes Hayride Hayride.
Absolutely. And it's I also kind of enjoy it because that way like you hear it coming, like you have your cues and like, and then we have our code word that we all yell when there's a wagon coming.
Yes, so if you're watching this, next time you go to Scarefest, if you do go to Scarefest, like listen out and see if you hear anyone yell out Gibson, because that's our code word if a
So
wagon
that
is coming.
scene we'll do Gibson or sometimes we'll go
You'll go what?
Gibby.
Oh.
It's so funny.
Fun stuff. Fun stuff happened. As for military scene, I described this in depth in Dustin's video, but I'll give you like a brief rundown of what happened. So there were most of the time there was actually only four of us. It was just me, Dustin, Michael, and Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Ash and Zach, they came like often, but not as often to be regular actors.
Right.
So I'll just say, let's say they are in the scene, or so I'll explain exactly what happens in the scene. So the six of us. So you go into the scene, and immediately in the scene to your left is like this big body disposal unit. I
Mm-hmm.
hated the fact that the number 67 was on the truck.
Oh, don't even get me started.
The number 67 was on the truck, so I got really pissed about that. So on one side it'd be the truck, and on the other side it would be a fence. So Josh, our one of our actors, was also a zombie. He would be eating a hand, and he would kind of like look up at the wagon after he ate the hand and would just do his thing.
Drip blood out of his mouth, by the way. That was
Yeah,
very menacing and super cool.
it was so cool. Ash should be on the other side, I think, after the truck, and she'd be just like, I think she carried like a foot, and then she would just be like
Yeah.
walking, being a zombie. Meanwhile, Josh would walk in front of the famous gun that Dustin would shoot. Not literally, but so
For play.
Dustin would be the gunman, and then he would shoot he would not the wagon. He would shoot Josh, who would then fall on the ground. Um, and then Josh and Ash would charge at the wagon again with Dustin close behind. Sometimes he would like kick Josh, throw him down on the ground. He'd pick up Ash and carry her over his shoulders.
Yeah.
So then there's like another truck to the right. It's kind of like a beat up truck. That's where Zach was. He would, I don't even know what he did. He mainly just kind of stared at the wagon and like followed it.
Yeah.
Michael would be in the woods on the other side. That's where he'd come out with his axe. He'd hit the side of the wagon sometimes. And then I would be the final person you'd see. I was in the tent. As soon as the gun stopped, I would come out of the tent and start like walking very slowly, like dragging my feet until I get like halfway between the tent and the wagon. I full blown charge at the thing. I like run full speed, flailing my arms around like a madman. And
Yep.
then I slammed my head on the, not my head, that'd be horrible. I slammed
hope
my
not.
hand on like the handlebar, the like little handlebar looking thing. I don't know what it's called. Safety bar, foot bar. That sounds weird. What would you call that? Handlebar? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I would call it a handlebar.
Okay. I'd slam my hand down the handlebar, then just raise my knife and then just full on yell at the customers. Did you ever see? Okay, so not when I wasn't fighting Dustin. Did you ever see me run up to the wagon? Like,
I feel like I've seen like almost everything you guys have done in military at least once.
okay, so you've definitely seen me running, yelling, and screaming.
I've
And
seen you hoot and holler.
have you seen people get scared of me?
Yeah, even if I'm scaring, like I'll see people get like mortified. Like I want to say notable moment I had on the wagon last year as a wagon attendant. Son of Samhain, I believe, scared someone so bad that they threw up.
Oh, no. No. If someone did that in
That
front
was
of
a
me,
first for me.
I'm out.
Yeah, thankfully they made it over the side, but that was
Ugh.
definitely a first for me. I've never seen someone like throw up from getting scared so bad because he would pretend to like be like a coat or something like hanging up on that pole below the zombie, and he blended in really well. And then when that zombie would move, everyone's like attention went to that zombie, so nobody's looking down at him. Then all of a sudden you've got him in your face.
And he made someone throw up.
Yes, it was crazy. I was like, wow, you go, son of Samhain.
No wonder he was Son of Samhain that year.
Yeah, man, he deserved it. He really did great last year.
Yeah. As for one of my favorite moments of you as the wagon attendants, I remember there was a girl sitting down. Apparently, you two were talking a little bit like throughout the wagon. It was like this random girl was a customer, and then I scared her really badly, and then you like bent down next to her and you said like, "Are you scared now?" or something. I don't remember.
I remember there was a girl who came, I think with her dad and maybe a couple of her sisters, and she was like boarding the wagon, and she was like, "Are people gonna jump up on here?" And I was like, "To be honest with you,
Oh,
probably."
I think that's what
And
it was. And she said, "Told you they'd come up here," or something like
yes,
that.
yes,
That
that
was
was her.
it.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
it.
and she was boarding, and I was like, to be honest with you, they probably will. And she was like, "Can you make them not do that?" I was like, "No. If anything, like now you've given me a reason to be like, hey, come on."
That's what happened. I remember.
Yeah, she was not happy with me.
Was she
She
sitting on
was.
the end by the entrance?
Yep.
That's who it was. That's what it was.
Yep. She was very not happy with me, but it was a little
Or she
funny.
wasn't happy with me because I was the one who climbed up in front of her.
Yep. A lot of people actually climbed up. Like, I don't let everyone and their mother climb up. Like, I'll let like an actor up at a time. That way, like, there's enough room and like nobody's gonna get hurt.
Well, I don't think I climbed up, but I definitely went up
Oh
to
yeah,
the wagon.
you were up there. Like you were close, but
Not
like
on the
there's
wagon.
a yeah, there's a couple other spots where people will like most people will just prop themselves up. Like they won't get up. They'll kind of like use their arms to like stabilize themselves, but like
That's what I
there's
did.
probably yeah, there's probably like a couple people that I let do it, and those people that did get on, she was not happy.
No. She wasn't happy with me either.
Nope.
Yeah, so I would come out, I would scare the wagon, and then that's just when the brawl starts to happen between all of us in military scene. It was war zone after just fight, blood.
Yeah, mind you, this is all going on where there's a loud siren blaring in the background on the wagon.
There's a loud ass siren, and we're all just nailing each other.
I remember once like Dustin followed, like he kind of just like walks behind it and looks spooky. I remember one time you guys all like dogpiled on top of each other and like just started like hitting each other. It was so funny.
Oh my god. One time, I think Dustin carried both Ash and I, and we were just like trying to get off.
Jeff does that sometimes too. Jeff, one time I was like walking, doing my own thing, and then all of a sudden I'm in the air and I'm thrown over Jeff's shoulder and I'm going to an unknown location. I'm like, all right, guys, it's nice knowing you.
Bye.
So good.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so welcome to the Completely Random Podcast. I'm Raiju from Military Scene. This is my friend from Bat Scene, Lavender.
Hello, friends.
Hello, how's your rituals going?
My rituals are going great, but I miss doing it with all of my weirdos in back team.
Oh, that's amazing.
I haven't done that in a while.
I love getting into character. That's so fun.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's the best ever.
Did your voice ever hurt after
It definitely did like my first year, but then you kind of learn what you can do and how to make it not hurt. Like you kind of learn how to control it. So since I've kind of just figured it out, like I know like the extent of like what my vocal cords can do and I know how to not strain them anymore.
Right. Here's my advice. Don't go to Cedar Point after working at Scarefest or the day after.
Yep.
Because I did
Never.
that after my first day. I screamed on the roller coasters. My voice was gone the next day. I was like, my voice hurts so much because I went to Scarefest, talked like a zombie all day, and then I screamed on roller coasters.
Oh yeah, man, that'll do it.
We'll do it for sure. I guess we can get into the stories now. So, you said you have, quote, war stories in Bat Scene.
I do.
So,
Oh, the first one that comes to mind, I don't remember what year this was, but I do know it was like a couple years ago.
okay.
I was doing my thing. I was, being spooky, scaring people. And I propped myself up like on the side of the wagon with my arms, like my feet are dangling off the side. And I was like freaking this girl out that was sitting like on the bottom, like not on like the bench in the middle. And then all of a sudden I get a foot in my face and I get kicked off the wagon by somebody's foot. Like they took their foot, kicked me in the face, and I landed flat on my back. I thought I died.
Just got, like, on the wagon, kicked, and wow. Rude.
Yeah, that hurt.
Rude.
Yeah, I also, you get really snotty, gross comments, especially like as a as a woman that's scare acting, like
Mm.
unfortunately it's really common to like get sexualized, which really sucks. But you kind of just you do with it what you will and you move on. Um but I have had times where I get on the wagon and people will like touch me in like inappropriate places or try
Okay,
to.
even as a man, that I've gotten that before.
Yeah, like it's really like annoying. It's like we're still people. Like keep your hands to yourself.
I said this in Kaylin's video, but um, this one customer, I put my hand on the wagon, and this lady was so into just all of the actors. They all thought we were. She thought we were all like hot and attractive, and then she touched my hand, and she goes like, she like caressed my hand and was like, "Oh, you're so cute and sexy." I'm like, nope, nope, bye.
Oh no. I've had like I remember I had a guy like try to reach up my skirt when I was
Uh,
on the wagon,
no,
and I was
no.
like, dude, come on, man.
Mm-mm.
Or
You can't do
one of my
that.
personal favorites is when I recognize somebody on the hayride, but they don't recognize me.
Oh.
That's one of my favorite things to do. I've had family come through that they didn't know that I worked there. I've seen people that like I went to school with. I've seen like old people like I used to associate with, and it's so fun because 9 times out of 10 like they will not figure out who I am.
Right. Maybe if you
And
talk to them, they will.
yes, I sometimes I'll tell them who I am, like depending on who it is. Like I remember, I think last year there was a couple guys that came through. I went to school with them, and like we were cool in high school. Like there's no bad blood or anything. And I saw them, and I got on the wagon, and I got in their face, and I was like, "Hey, insert name here," and they were like, "What? Who is this?" And I lifted up my mask, and they were like, "Oh my God, Gwen Doomy!" It was so funny. It was so great.
It would be. Is it hard to stay in character when someone does that sometimes?
Sometimes, but if I'm cool with them and they know me, like, I'll run with it. I'll be like, "Hey, nice to see you." Like, like it just depends on who you are. But if it's somebody that just like, I don't know, knows me through the grapevine, or if it's somebody that I used to know that I'm not really friends with, I'll kind of just let it go. I won't really pay it any attention.
Right. You just be like, oh, cool that they're riding the wagon.
Yeah, cool. Nice to see you. All right, I gotta get back to work.
All right. Bye.
Exactly.
Um, I guess one of my stories is we've talked about the tires a whole lot. One time Dustin just held up the tire right in front of him, and I just ran right into it. I like bounced off it and fell on the ground. Like
I
insert
love it.
insert boing sound effect.
Bonk.
Just went off the tire,
Oh
landed
my
flat on
God.
my back.
I love it.
Or another time where Dustin was not paying attention where he threw the tire. He quote killed me in an acting way, not
Hmm.
literally. I was laying on the ground and he threw the tire up and backwards. It was like probably 12 foot in the air, and it like almost landed towards me, and I was like, oh fuck. That almost hit me. If that hit me in the face, I would have been cooked.
Yeah, man. The fact that you're given access to a tire is just beyond.
Yeah. That's when we stopped. That's when
Hey,
we
you know your limits.
because yeah, you don't want people to get hurt. And especially if like, oh my gosh, I was like having nightmares about this. I was like, if a tire ever, if one of us like threw a tire and it hit a customer, that like that's the end of the world. That would be the end of the world for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I've definitely had moments like I accidentally, like completely on accident. I'll like I don't know, I feel like I've definitely headbutted a couple people on accident, or like, like my foot goes in the wrong place,
Uh,
or like, oh no, like I fell and then like I'm somebody with leverage, and then it's just like it's a whole thing, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
yeah. I think it's different with a tire though. I think a tire is different than your hand.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You'll never see me throwing a tire around, but if you give me a chainsaw, I'll throw that around.
No, with a tire, like, if I hit a customer, one, you're fired. B, probably would make things worse for other hayride actors. There'd be a lot more rules and regulations, and it wouldn't
Yeah,
be as fun.
like the megaphone scandal.
Dustin told me all about that.
Oh, rest in peace to the megaphones. Oh,
Um,
but unpopular opinion regarding customers, I hate seeing such little kids on the wagon.
oh my gosh, and because their parents are with them, and they get mad when their kids are scared. You,
I swear I've seen a woman like literally she came from the hospital to Scarefest with like a newborn baby in her arms. And
that's
I'm like,
what I, that's, I saw that exact person, and I was
I thought
like,
it was crazy.
what the fuck? Because
Yeah, like I can't. Like as somebody who works with kids like outside of Scarefest, like I can't. Like, sometimes the kids are really into it and if they express that they're into it, that's one thing. But like if I see like a terrified child like hiding behind mom, dad, whoever it may be, I won't do anything about it. But like sometimes I'll come up to them and I'll talk to them and I'll be like, hey, like, like I'm not gonna do anything to you. Like sometimes
mm-hmm.
depending on what I have, like how like it's a thing at Scarefest where people kind of just like pass out trinkets.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll give trinkets to them, or like if I have like candy because of it being Halloween, I'll give them like a sucker, or I'll give them something. That way it's kind of like a peace treaty. That way they're not as terrified.
Right. As
Just
terrified,
'cause- yeah,
scared.
since I feel so bad. And I remember one year there was these two little girls. They were with, I believe it was their mom, but they weren't like crying or anything. They were kind of like holding each other. And I got on and they were like, "Are you gonna eat us?" And I was like, no. I was like, no, I'm not. And then I sat with them and I like talked with them through the whole thing. And I was like, oh, this is going to happen here. And then there's a loud sound here. And then I have to get off right here. And the mom was like very appreciative of it. She was like, you were so sweet. Thank you so much. Like they wanted to come. She reassured me. She was like, they wanted to come. Like I'm not forcing them, but you were very helpful and you were great. And I was like, thanks, mom. And then
See,
I got off and they were like, no, like, don't leave. I was like, I'm so sorry. I got to go back home.
I don't work with kids. So if like I was a wagon attendant and they said, "Are you gonna eat me?" I would have been like, "I don't know. What do you think?"
It depends on the kid. Like they were visibly very shaken and very scared. So
Okay.
I was like, okay, I'm not gonna indulge in this just because they're already really spooked. And it's like I think of it as like I don't want to ruin like horror for them. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to ruin scary movies. I don't want to ruin Halloween for them. I don't want to ruin like hay rides or haunted houses for them when they get older. Because I had a really traumatizing moment when I was a kid with a haunted house, and I'm very happy it didn't like trail into my adulthood. But for some little kids, it just
Same.
does.
Yeah. Um. See, my issue is that I've done that. I've scared the crap out of kids, but I can't see them when
Yeah, sometimes they're really just like you just can't see them.
I can't see, I can see barely anyone on the wagon when I'm walking up there because it's so dark.
And then
Is
those lights.
Yeah, because they shine at me, and then I flash banged, can't see customers. So
Like the lights are literally just directly in your eyeballs, like at all times. Like you really cannot see. And then there's like fog that comes off the wagon, so
ugh.
it's like 10 times worse.
And then of course you're trying to look scary, and I'm not wearing a mask, so I'm like wide eyed. I'm like opening my eyes as big as I can, so all those lights are going right into my eyeballs. I'm like,
It's
whoa.
great.
So getting back to the newborn baby, they're not even okay. I lunged. I quote lunge at the wagon. That's what I say. And it was right in front of this mom. So I did see her before I went up to her, but and I saw that she was holding something, but it was like it looked like she was holding like a purse or a blanket.
Yeah.
It looked like, so I thought it was just her bag, but then I scared her and I saw what she was holding. It was a newborn baby. I'm like, what?
Girl. Like, I respect the scare.
What did you say again? The audio cut out.
I said I respect Scarefest hustle, but this is crazy.
It is. And okay, I don't quote me on this, but I think you have to be 6 years or older to even be at Scarefest. Like go on any of the
Yeah.
attractions. You have to be 6 years old.
Yeah,
But
not 6 minutes old.
I was gonna say like, I it does say six. So do they think like, 6 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 days, six
Baby won't remember it. It's all right.
6 hours? We came from the hospital today. 6 minutes gave birth in the parking lot. 6 seconds gave birth on the wagon.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, that'd be a nightmare if like there was a pregnant lady and she gave birth on the hayride.
I didn't even know like what I would do. Like I think of these scenarios often, believe it or not. I'm like, what? Yeah, like what if somebody comes up and then like what happens if like we scare them so bad and their water breaks? Like I wonder if we have like a thing for that.
Well, I know we have security, but I don't think we have a medical team.
I know we have a couple of our firefighter guys and EMS guys up front. I don't know if they're there all the time, but they're pretty cool.
But they would be the ones who would have to handle it, that's for sure.
Yeah, but it's like, how do you get her off the wagon? Like, what happened?
We're saying that, and now that's gonna happen.
I know, we're gonna jinx it into existence. It's gonna happen this year. This is going on record that we did not plan that.
No, we did not plan this. This is just hypothetical scenario. We hope this never happens. I don't...
Yeah, no, that has to be a terrible experience.
Like, throwing up gives me, like... I don't know, the ick. Someone giving birth? No.
Oh, man, I can't even imagine.
Has anyone ever tried to bring their dog?
Oh, I don't. So I feel like it's kind of just like, if you don't know, then that's a you issue. Like, there's no way you don't know.
Right, because I haven't seen anyone try to bring a dog, but I feel like someone would.
I don't know if service dogs are welcome or not, but like...
I know normal dogs are not.
I don't think I've ever seen a dog that's...
Well, then again, I don't know if anyone who needs a service dog wants to go to Scarefest.
Yeah. Shouldn't have honestly.
But no, like, I never, because for some reason I expected to see a dog or someone try to bring a dog. Like, I'd be scaring the wagon, I'd just see this giant ass golden retriever with its tongue out.
Oh, that'd make my night.
It'd be so funny.
I would be like, you brought me a friend.
You brought me a friend.
Oh, it'd be so cute.
So, do you have any more cool stories? I'm sure you have a lot.
Oh, man. I feel like I've taken more videos than I have of, like, remembering. That will always stick with me. Like, we did a really crazy one on the very last night last year. It was, like, mom giving birth.
Okay.
It's not as graphic as you think it is. Like, it really wasn't that bad. It was just like we took out a baby and mom was like laying down and we were all surrounding mom and chanting. Like, it wasn't that graphic. Don't sue me.
Okay.
But it was very funny. It was and then oh my gosh. I don't think Doug would mind being name dropped. So Doug, he was in Bat Scene when I first started, and he was great. He was so funny. He was such a good guy. Him, Martina, and Bailey, and I would sometimes too. We would all Jack Sparrow run at the wagon.
I love it.
Just for funsies, and I remember one year Bailey's sister, who I'm not gonna name drop just because she's not a regular. She came as a volunteer one year, and she had us make one of those TikToks with the skeleton where it was like the chiropractor thing, like POV, chiropractors cracking your back, and you like make them do like a 360 backflip. And that was great. And you know, In every scene at Scarefest outside, in the hayride, we get burn barrels to like keep warm when it gets cold out.
Oh boy.
Lots of us will bring like food. Like lots of us will bring like hot dogs. I know somebody brought burgers one time, and then I mentioned s'mores earlier.
Where was I when that happened? I would have
Yeah,
wanted a burger.
yeah, like we will really utilize this. I carry so much with us already. Like you might as well just like bring something to make and share. I remember one night we were all like so tired. Like we were like just like we were like, man, this night has been crazy. Like we're gonna roast some dogs and it's gonna be great. And then we hear Gibson, and we all collectively decided we're not moving, and we just stood around the burn barrel cooking hot dogs while the wagon went by.
Oh. You're like, nope.
Yep.
Was there even anyone on the wagon?
There was a couple people at night, so it was kind of dying down a little bit, but it just was hilarious. Like there was a couple people cracking up laughing. It was really great. And I remember one time, Jeff was like in a wheelchair, like he was like in one of the fake wheelchairs back there, and he was like hanging on to the side of the wagon, and he was rolling in the wheelchair. Oh. And I don't remember how this happened, but like I think I got stuck somewhere or like something happened, and Jeff grabbed me out of the way and like pulled me like on, like I don't want to say like on top of him, like he pulled me out of the way, that way I didn't get like crushed or like I don't remember what happened, but he was just saved your life. Jeff. Oh, and I think like my second year I had a spine and a skull in a wheelchair. Oh. And you can only think of what I recreated from SpongeBob. I have a picture somewhere. I'll send it to you and you can put it up.
Oh,
it's
no.
It's of me with the wheelchair. And it goes, and on the bottom, it's what are they saying? I was going at the wagon and I was like, tell my mom we're selling chocolate. Tell her we're selling chocolate. And it was the funniest gag, like, ever. That was one of my favorite things. Like, it went on for a while, and the customers really got it. It was amazing. And then one night, I don't know who the girls were, but shout out to them. They dressed up as the Ghost Adventures crew, and they were walking around, and they were playing like there are things in this world we would never fully understand, like the little thing that they have in the beginning of the show on a speaker. Mm-hmm. And it was hilarious. And then another night there was a guy who was dressed up as like Bigfoot walking around. I still had no idea who it was, so like if you were Bigfoot, let me know. And then one year Martina, on the last, she put on a panda head and was walking around with it. Jeff brought a leaf blower once. Like, the list just goes on and on about the shenanigans we get up to.
Even military scene, too. Did I ever tell you about the night Michael, quote, injured me?
No.
Okay, so the amount of times that Dustin has, like, punched me, shoved me, picked me up and slammed me on the ground, threw a tire at me, I never, like, got anything more than maybe a small bruise. But Michael, he didn't attack me a whole lot, but one night in particular, he had his axe. He didn't even hit me with the, it was a fake axe, obviously. He didn't even hit me with the blade part. He took the end of the stick, shoved it, and hit me right in the mouth. And
Ouch.
And I tasted blood, and I was like, oh, fuck.
And, don't got to use a fake one now.
And, no, it was a fake axe the whole time, but...
No fake blood, though. You got
no fake blood. Yeah, no. I got real blood in my mouth, and I was like, oh, crap. And then Michael knew that he hit me pretty hard in the face. He was like, oh, I'm so sorry. So... I retreat to the tent, and I'm like, what's going on? Is my tooth bleeding? My mouth is bleeding a whole lot. Thank God it wasn't, like, my gums. It was my lip. What happened was, he hit me in, like, my bottom lip, and my bottom lip, like, got shoved into my canine tooth, and it made...
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, didn't go through the lip, but it pierced it a little bit. So
Oh
my
man,
lip
yeah.
was bleeding, not my gums, which is good. It's good that
I
it
don't
was
think
my
I've ever
lip and
had any actor inflicted wounds.
no actor inflicted wounds.
I don't think so, but I've fallen. Like last year, my best friend's mom came through and I like hopped up on the side of the wagon, tried to get off, hit a pothole, ate shit on the floor, cut up my knee pretty bad.
Oh,
It was great.
I mean, as for wounds I've inflicted, I punched Dustin in the face. I
You
bro-
guys really are just abusing each other out there for fun. Like,
I,
I swear you guys do it for fun.
I also this one I felt really bad for. I kicked Ash in the head by accident when we both fell on the ground. My like foot landed on her head.
Oh, ouch.
She was laughing about it, but still, it's like
Ash was cool. I remember she taught me how to line dance just a little bit.
oh yes, Ash was cool, but yeah, no. I just punched Dustin. I broke his mask. I felt so bad, but honestly, I said, you know what? That mask is just cheap plastic. Buy a new one. And then he shoved me down a gravel hill.
Of course he did.
You know that gravel hill that goes downhill like at the
Yep.
tent. Yeah, I
Yep.
got shoved down that hill and ate dirt
Sounds about
or
right.
ate gravel. This is a funny thing that happened. So, you know those giant tires? Not like the ones we threw, the giant ones that are further back in the scene.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the video. I'll send it to you. But I got into the tire and they started to roll me in it.
Of course.
And,
Genius.
and Dustin was like, "Bye, Gabe. We're gonna take you down the bat scene." But we never made it because a wagon was coming, and I literally said we should have did that again, but actually rolled me down to bat scene.
Oh my god. I would have probably cracked up laughing, honestly.
Because that would have been the funniest thing in the world.
Yes.
Except I don't know how pushing it back up the hill is gonna go.
I don't know. He'll just throw it.
I okay, there.
Bye, Gabe. Bye. We're gonna send it on the back.
So, what other stuff have you experienced as a wagon attendant?
You definitely get people that like just don't want to follow the rules. Like, unfortunately.
That's right, because as a
Like,
wagon attendant, you have to enforce those rules.
oh yeah. And for some reason, we serve alcohol at the park, so people will come on and think that they're the shit, and they'll think that they can do whatever they want, and then they get angry at you for enforcing the rules by trying to keep them safe. And they just get pissed off at you, and then they take it out on you, and it does kind of suck. Like, I've had people yell at me about like seating arrangements, and I've had people yell at me because I'm like, you can't stand while the wagon's moving. Like, do you want to fall off and crack your head open? Like, we had one time where we were like, it was like a really busy night, and I think we had about like 4 wagons going, and we stopped in barn for a minute to let the wagon from military come through.
Right.
And this guy got up and started dancing to the music, and I was like, dude, like, I know we're not moving, but like, you need to sit down. And he started yelling at me. He's like, it's my birthday. What's your problem? I was like, I don't care that it's your birthday. It's my job to make sure you don't fall off this wagon and crack your head open.
I could just see, like, the freaking It's Your Birthday song.
Oh, and then like have like groups of come through, like the middle schoolers, and they're getting in actors' faces, and they're like trying to like be big guy and like intimidate them, or they'll
Oh,
kind of touch them and like say inappropriate things or say things that you shouldn't say to somebody. Like, period. Like, at the end of the day, scare actors are people too.
yep, we're
And
people.
yep, and especially with like boys, unfortunately, I feel like it's like very common. Like, I've heard lots of like body shaming towards actors, which I think it's awful. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and like a lot of like sexualization with actors, I think is really common. unfortunately, too. Like, I feel like I've heard it all from doing the wagon attending that I did last year. Like, and it gets kind of exhausting having to, like, correct these people that, like, you know better.
Right. I mean,
It's like,
it's not appropriate. I mean, one time Josh, there was a lady on the wagon. Josh did the thing where he, like, ate the hand and then blood trickled down his mouth. And then the lady goes, "Ooh, you sexy, you a dilf."
and it's like a lot of these people don't understand that, like, a lot of the people in the hayride are kids. They're minors. Like, you're talking like
Yeah.
this to children. Like, it's just, I don't know. I get very defensive when people do that, especially to people that I know are underage. I'm like, hey, they're a child. Like, that's not cool.
Could you really only say stuff like that when you were a wagon attendant? Because as a wagon attendant, you do have to enforce rules, so...
I mean, honestly, like, if it was bad enough as an actor, I would say something. If, like, it depends on, like, what it is. Like, I remember one time, it was a while ago, I can't recall which actor it was, but this man was, like, trying to reach out and, like, grab her chest. Like,
Oh.
he was like really reaching out, trying to grab her chest. And I intervened and I said, absolutely not, dude. Like, you know better. You're a grown man. Like, some people in here are kids. That isn't, like, that's not what we're doing. And then I told the wagon attendant, and I think the wagon attendant took care of it. But I feel like there's just some things that happen, like, right in front of your face, and, like, you don't think twice to say something about it, especially when it comes to something like that, like somebody trying to literally grope someone.
Yeah, no, it's not appropriate.
No, not at all.
Because I'm sorry, this is a haunted house attraction that's, especially since Hayride is, I think, more geared towards the younger audience, too.
Yep.
So this is a Hayride attraction, not a strip club. You don't get to just touch whatever you want to touch.
Exactly. And then, like, leading on to, like, you know, getting touched the way you don't want. Like, I've been punched in the face. I've had my fingers crushed. I've been, like,
Ugh.
I've been kicked off the wagon, like, by my face, the way, what I was talking about earlier. I've had my knees buckled. Like, I've had somebody kick underneath my knees on the wagon. Like, I'll have people try to, like, take items off of my costume. Like, I've had people, like, try to take my mask off.
Oh, I'd sort of war with someone if they tried to, like, tug on my costume.
Yeah, like, I've had people, like, try to put their hand up my skirt, or, like, I wear a corset, so, you know, like, how a corset works. I've had people try to, like, grab, and I'm like, you guys, this is crazy. Like, we know how to act outside. You wouldn't do this if I wasn't in costume.
Right.
Like, a costume is not an invitation. End of discussion. That goes for everybody, male and female.
It goes for everyone.
Exactly.
So just, basically, the rule at Scarefest is that we can't touch you, but that also means you cannot touch us.
Yes.
If we do, like, a high five or a fist bump, that's fine.
Yeah, like, that's one thing. It's friendly. It's not weird.
Mm-hmm. No hugs. No, I don't know, grabbing. No kicking. No punching. No trying to touch in places you should not touch.
Yep.
Like, use real world common sense when you're on the wagon, please.
Yes, please. Like, we're still people underneath all of the dirt and grime. We're people. We have families we go home to and things we do.
Like, you wouldn't go to, I don't know, like, a mall and just start touching someone. So why do it here?
Exactly. I always stress that, like, we're people under here. We may be scary and walking on all fours and doing back bends and spitting pea soup, but we're still people under here.
We're still people. We're still humans. We're just dressed like this. I mean, we don't say that ever to people. But we're people. We are people.
Yeah, moral of the story, don't come to Scarefest and be gross and weird. It affects us. We have to go home with that.
And they know that too, but they choose to ignore that sometimes. Like, they know that they know we're just people in costumes. I mean, the only people who probably don't are younger kids.
Yeah. Poor things. That newborn baby definitely didn't know.
No, I love it if, like, a 6-year-old thinks I'm an actual zombie.
I know, right?
I would have so much fun with that.
It's just so funny.
But oh yeah, what was like your biggest character flop? Like, let's say you're acting, but you have a flop with your character. Like your character kind of flopped and you broke character a little bit or something like that.
Oh man.
You just like weren't proud of your performance as an actor.
I kind of like I go hard on myself a little bit because
I did a
uh
lot too.
I don't know if you know where I stand, but I'm like 4 or 5 feet off the ground. I swing out and then I jump down and it does like a lot of damage like on my knees and on my muscles.
Ooh.
Like I've already have pretty bad knees, but like I go through it for the character persona. But I remember one time like I was like trying to get on the wagon and I literally like I couldn't. Like it was so hard and like my legs hurt so bad. I think this might have been like maybe the third or fourth weekend. And I was so bummed out and I was so mad at myself. I was like, man, you could have just like pulled yourself up there and just like got it done. Or like sometimes it gets so bad I crawl up there and I will like swing out, do my thing, and I'll stand there just because like it hurts really bad. But like that's like I don't want to change my spot because that's like my spot, and I feel like it
Yeah.
definitely has like really good like character energy, and I feel like
I
it really
love
also adds into it as well.
I love my tent. I don't wanna leave that tent.
Right, like you kind of just like pick a spot and go with it. Like that's your spot. Like nothing else is gonna work.
Yeah, nothing else is gonna work. Because one time I had to be shot by the gun. It was cool. I got to do it twice, but I was happy to be back in my spot.
Oh yeah, you guys were crazy about like role playing.
Um, is there anything particular about like me that you remember from being a wagon attendant, like my style of acting?
Oh, you guys in there are great. Like your guys' chemistry in there when you guys are like doing these skits are all like really great. Like I feel like you guys have really great communication on your expectations and like what you want from said skit. But I think like your guys' fighting scenes with you specifically was really great. And it's also very entertaining for the customers as well. Like who doesn't like a good like military zombie fight? Like
Yeah.
like who doesn't like
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
definitely right, but like you definitely like brought it with first year, and I think you did fantastic.
Thank you. You were a cool actor too. I mean, I didn't see anything that happened in Bad Scene in person, but as a wagon attendant, I think your costume had horns, so I could just see. I knew when you were on the wagon.
Yeah, my little goat burlap mask and my horns.
I don't know. You're a cool wagon attendant. Other wagon attendants were just, I wouldn't say boring, but not
Yeah,
as like, I don't know.
I appreciate that. I try to like be as active as I can wherever I am. Obviously, you know, I have days where I'm like, you know, I'm tired. Like I really just like I'm gonna do my best, but I'm probably not gonna be like bouncing off the walls like a crazy person tonight. But like, you know.
Yeah. As for my character flunks, I never ever want to do this again, but I flat out just told a kid I'm a zombie. I'm like, that was so lame, so stupid. Why did I do that? I flat out
I
just told some middle schooler I'm a zombie. I'm like, that's not in my character to say that. Why did I say that?
I like to rehearse lines that I say to people. Like,
Mm,
for example, like if I'm in somebody's like if in quote in somebody's face, or like if I'm in their space and I'm like being intimidating and freaky and like I don't know, walking on all fours or whatever, and they're looking away from me, one of my favorite lines to use is just because you're not looking at me doesn't mean that I'm going away.
mm, that's a
That's
good
one of my
one.
favorite things to use. There's another one that I use when people call me ugly. Like lots of people, like lots of guys specifically, like it's very common for people to be like, "Oh, can I get your number?" Or like people have actually tried to slide me their number before, like on a piece of paper.
Oh,
And then in retaliation, lots of them are like, "Well, you're ugly anyway." And then my response to that is normally, "Probably let you work here for free." Like I really like to like rehearse what I say or like
mm-hmm,
have things kind of solidified depending on like what it is.
mm-hmm.
But I think it's fun. I like being able to kind of like pull lines out and like kind of just say something freaky or spooky.
Right. I don't know. Like, as for those comments, I did get them from some ladies. Like, a lot of ladies would be like, "Oh my gosh, you're gorgeous," and I would go along with it, but I would only walk away if it started getting like sexual. Like, for example, this one lady, I had my knife, and she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, you're kinky type shit." I'm like, "What?"
What is wrong with people?
And I even asked her why.
Why? Like, come on.
Like, come on, why? And she said, "I don't know. You're holding a knife." I'm like, "Okay."
You're in a haunted hayride, lady.
Yes.
Come on now.
This knife is not used for that activity.
Ugh, it's just, ugh. I don't want to go on a whole rant with the whole sexualization of scare actors again, but ugh, I hate
Yeah.
it.
It's disgusting.
It really is. I hope it gets better in the future.
I hope so too. So, what about bad experiences with actors? Or like people
Ooh.
that don't work there anymore? Actors that don't work there anymore.
I really don't think I have any bad stories that I can think of, like off the
I
top of my
think
head.
we might have a mutual one. So we're not going to name drop these people, but we had a group chat, and there were just some people in the group chat trying to start drama for no reason.
Oh, never mind. This one, I do have one. This one, it wasn't personal to me. Like, this had nothing to do with me. It was kind of just like an annoyance, if you
Mm.
will. Like, it was kind of just like lack of professionalism, if you will.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Like, putting things in the group chat that are like way too personal, or like, attempting to like bash and like bully people in the chat. And it's like, it's just
Mm-hmm.
not having it. Like, I remember there was one year, I'm obviously not going to name names, but somebody got like extremely upset that I don't know who this person was to them, but like they like sprained their ankle in a pothole or something.
Uh,
Something along the lines of that happened. And then like they were like messaging in the group chat where everybody could see it, kind of like slandering Scarefest, and like, you guys don't care about your actors, and like just a bunch of stuff like
oh
that. And
my gosh.
I was like, this could have been handled much more maturely and respectfully. Like, I understand like this is frustrating, but you also have to remember, like, we work outside. Like, we work
Yeah.
outside in the elements, rain or shine. Everything outside is rocks and dirt, and like we work in the woods. It's kind of just like a, well, what did you expect kind of moment. Like, obviously I'm not saying like, like that was deserved, obviously not, but it definitely could have been handled a lot better. But since then, I think that person quit after that happened. um
Yeah.
but yeah, that's something. I've never had anything like I've never had any personal beef with anyone at Scarefest. Like, I've never had anyone that I didn't like them and then they didn't like me. Like, I feel like I've definitely kept a pretty neutral
Right.
standpoint hayride, which I'm really happy about, because like the last thing I want is to show up to a place that I love and like have beef. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Especially
but
since you're
like,
going to
no.
Scarefest to avoid beef.
Yeah, but no, I don't think I've ever had anything personal. I've just kind of like, what is it, like spectated and like seen some
Yeah.
things.
I have a couple, but they're very minor. Um,
I really.
I, I'll, so the ones I mentioned on Kaylin's podcast was there was one person who wanted me in their TikTok that I absolutely did not want to be in.
Okay.
And I told them no, but they kept pushing it until I was eventually guilt tripped into being in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was not happy about it, especially since I hated the song that they used too.
Right.
The makeup trailer. Some people really liked a specific makeup artist style, and if someone else sat in their chair, they would get really like butthurt about it, and they would like throw a fit unless they moved.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's happened to me a couple times, and I had to move. And like all of those makeup artists, they all have different styles, but they're all really good, and I like all of them. It's just that like if I sit down in a chair and they already get started with me, and then someone comes in and like complains and like begs me to move, it's just
Yeah, that's just kind of, yeah.
it's not. So we definitely had some like inside jokes at Scarefest. I think we briefly talked about the "oh yeah" joke. We didn't talk about it on the podcast. So Gwen, do you kind of want to explain how that started?
Jeff is the one that started it, 100%. I don't remember like specifically like the first time it was mentioned, but I think it was Jeff. Jeff will sometimes get like these random spurts of energy, and he's just like ready to go. Like most of the time, he's very laid back, very chill guy. But sometimes he's like, "Okay, let's go. We're gonna get these wagons." Like sometimes, like he'll literally just like he'll get the zoomies or something. It's just so out of nowhere. And I remember at the time, like I think we were getting ready to like get a wagon or something, and Jeff was like, "Oh yeah," and then I think it could just kind of stuck. And then like there was one night he was like in the tree, and like him and Kayla were like taking pictures and videos, and the "oh yeah" Scarefest Scream Park joke. The second part came from this. He was in the tree, and he was like Scarefest Scream Park. So then like, "oh yeah, Scarefest Scream," definitely all originated from Jeff, but then we kind of just carried it on and we were saying it.
And that spread throughout the entire park.
Yeah, and then it just spread like a virus. So funny. Like, I remember on my birthday's in October, and I went to Tilson Street with some people, and Jeff was like, "Hey, you're at Tilson, like where are you?" And I was like, "Oh, like I'm gonna loop back around and like I'll be up at the Dairy Queen." And he ended up passing me, but I didn't notice. And then I hear from behind me, I hear, "oh yeah, Gwen Doobie," like on the street. And I was like, what?
So that's when the "oh yeah, Gwen Doobie" started.
Yeah, that was Jeff. But, oh yeah, Gwen, Scarefest Screen Park extraordinaire.
Another word that we used was "embrace the moisture."
About that.
So whenever it would rain, one of our other senior actors would say, like, "embrace the moisture." Michael in our scene got really, really upset with that phrase. He hated it. Like, we would all, in military scene, if we wanted Michael to get angry, we would just say that, and he would get triggered.
Oh, he doesn't. He's one of those that hates the word moisture.
I think he just doesn't like the word moisture.
Michael, come on.
Come on.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. But yeah, raining, that was a thing at Scarefest. It was not fun.
Oh yes, it definitely also depends on like how warm or how cold it is outside too. Cause like I remember one time last year it was raining, but it was warm, so it was tolerable. I was like soaking wet, but I was having a great time. If it's like cold and rainy, then it definitely sucks.
Yeah. I guess there was another like character failure. No, I wouldn't say character failure, but another embarrassing moment I had was in Bat Scene. It was actually in Bat Scene. We talked about, I think your friend Martina, who was the clown.
Yes.
I went on a mission to Bat Scene to find out who that was because I wanted to know who. But that was the night that everyone had the same mask.
Oh my god, that was the last. Oh, we did that for Martina's birthday. We all, like, almost everybody bought a mask and dressed up as her.
So I was trying to figure out who it was in particular, and I asked one of the other people in Bat Scene, like shorter hair, very long, like fingernails for her costume.
Yep, that's Miss Brianna. She's lovely.
Yes, I thought it was her, and I asked her, "How long have you been working here?" Because I think you sat on the wagon next to me, but then I found out it wasn't her. She was just dressed as Martina.
Yeah, that's a really fun try to figure out who it was, and you're like, well, now they all look the same. What the
Eventually I found out, because Martina has blonde hair, right?
Yeah, she's blondie now.
Yes, that's how I found out eventually. Eventually I found her, and then she told me that that's who it was. And I was like, oh, okay. So I asked one of the other people who it wasn't. Because, I mean, you all looked the same. I was like, oh, no, who is it?
Yeah, yeah, great. The one time I try to figure out who it is, you all name.
Because I asked Dustin multiple times, who is that person? And he said, oh, that's this person's cousin. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah, her and Rosetta, the blonde girl, are cousins.
I will say that, like, before we get into, like, the finale of the podcast, of the episode, I want to say, like, what is your worst moment at Scarefest?
My worst.
Yes, the absolute worst moment at Scarefest.
Hard one. I think one of the worst moments was when like a boyfriend got mad at me for scaring his girlfriend, which doesn't make any sense to me.
See, Kaylin
Yeah,
talked about a time where she scared someone's girlfriend and they got happy about it.
Yeah, like there was this girl who was like, she was, but like she was like hiding in his shoulder, and if you are a scare actor, you know what that means. I'm assuming she was an adult and she was hiding. I'm going to scare you because you've made it easy.
Right.
And so I got up there and I started scaring her. But he's like actually upset, and I'm like, okay, why are you here? Like,
Yeah.
you're in a haunted hayride. You're here.
If you paid money to see us and you don't want to be scared, then you're wasting your own time.
Yeah, but then I guess like this information spread, and then it ended up being like a great moment. Actually, the getting yelled at wasn't fun, but then like everybody else started like just scaring the shit out of this poor girl. It was like, I kind of feel bad, but like you made it too obvious.
And also blame your boyfriend for being a jerk like
yelling
that.
At everybody.
So blame him. As for my worst moment, it was probably the first time my family actually came on the wagon. It wasn't.
I remember when mine did.
My dad, my stepmother, and my sister came on. I overdid it a lot. Because it was them, I was nonstop shouting in their face, getting right up in their face, and just screaming at the top of my lungs. Not only that, Dustin and I overdid it with our brawl as well.
Oh.
So when I got home that night, or not that night, because they were sleeping, the next day, like, my dad was talking to me, and he said, you guys aren't being safe, blah, blah, blah. Like, hayride must not be, like, a safe place. It's just where a bunch of kids go and goof off. There's, like, no rules, no nothing. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. But there are rules. We do try to be safe.
Yeah.
We're not just kids. There's a reason why you have to be 16 and up. And also, I honestly, there are minors working there. There's really not that many, or as many as you might think.
Yeah, a lot of us are.
A lot of you guys are like, what?
A lot of us are like adults, like not like young teenagers. Like I want to, like a lot of them are like 18, 19.
Right. And
but
like,
there are some kids.
Because there's honestly the majority of actors from what I've seen, a lot of them are like early 20s, mid 20s, some even late 20s.
Yeah, there's Dracula, the legend that, or I think he's been at Scarefest like since the damn park opened.
Wow, he's just been there all these years.
Yeah, he really is Dracula. I genuinely have so much respect for him. I respect his craft so much. Like, he's such a cool guy. But like, yeah, lots of us have been there for a while, or lots of us are like, again, like in our early 20s. Like, I feel like there's probably some people that are like even in their 30s.
I think there's a good handful in their 30s. There's some in their 40s. I think there's a girl who's in her 50s.
Yeah, it's a really large range of age, which I think it's important.
Yeah, it is. It's important, and we are being safe. We do have certain rules that we have to follow.
Absolutely.
Like, we're not just, I mean, yeah, we are, at the end of the day, monsters goofing off, but we're at least being careful.
Yeah, like we're allowed to like, I don't want to say experiment because that sounds bad, but we're allowed to like trial and error things and like see how things work and see if this is safe and see if like this is even something that we can execute. And I feel like lots of us have really good judgment when it comes to those things, and why not a lot of accidents happen on Hayride besides, you guys lighting shit on fire sometimes, but
Hey, listen, that was Burn Barrel's fault, not ours.
I'll never forget hearing that.
Um, why did you hear about that through Dustin's podcast?
I was also present for like all of it.
Oh, yeah. That's right. So,
Like lots of it I would hear. Like I remember like one time I was down there and I heard like military like having a conniption fit. And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
just this past year, last year, you heard it?
I think so. I know it's been like a couple separate occasions like over the years where like I don't know, military has just like spontaneously lit fire.
I think there was one fire at the Burn Barrel that we all got mad at each other, like actually mad because like some of us blamed each other for like seeing it first and not telling everyone. We got like actually mad at each other.
That's so good.
It was kind of funny though, to be honest. It was like, wow, we're actually mad at each other for once and not just acting.
That's hilarious.
So then what about the best moment, you would say?
I think one of the best moments, like not even just for me, but for Bat Scene, I think it was winning the most improved scene award because we really worked hard that year. Like we really brought the heat. Like we were running out skits, we were incorporating things in the scene. Like we were doing a lot that year, and I think that was a really good highlight. And I think we really outdid ourselves that year. And I like to think we outdid ourselves last year as well, but that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Was that just last year where you won the award? I forgot.
I got the award last year, just me individually for
Hmm.
learning how to do I also helped out in front of the castle, I think once. But we won most improved, I want to say about 3 years ago now.
Oh, okay, so it was a while ago.
It was a little while ago.
So my favorite moments, because I've only been to Scarefest just this past year, you were actually there during it. Um, it was last wagon pickup on the final day. You remember that?
I don't.
Okay, so to put it into perspective, Ash, who was in our scene, really wanted to do the military huddle, which is like we all just get in a circle on the last wagon and then just, I don't know, dance to the song, hang out, because she did it last year. But this year, it was just me, her, and Josh that went on the last pickup because Dustin and Michael went early to secure us a spot
Uh-huh.
at the table. So it was just me, Ash, and Josh, and she was a little upset about that. That you and Kayla actually come over, and then we form the huddle, the five of us, and we're like dancing to the song, and then that wagon was so packed. There was like
Yeah, they couldn't even get up there.
all of Hayride was probably on it, save for like
There was, oh my god, it was awesome.
you remember it now?
Yes, I have videos
You have videos of it?
together. I have like a very short clip
Send it to
up
me if you
front.
find it. Send it to me.
Yes, and then I actually have a video of the last wagon as well, too, of them chanting. I don't remember what they were chanting, but it was when we were stuck because it was so heavy and it couldn't get up the hill. I
Yes!
have the video of everybody chanting. I have lots of videos.
You have to send me some of them because I need some of them.
Yes, yes, yes.
Do you think it would be fine if I put one of them on here of just like the chanting?
Yeah, absolutely. You
Okay.
can put them both up.
All right, here's one popping up right now. And even before I even got on the wagon, I was okay. This is how I'm talking about like my confidence in high school versus my confidence at Scarefest. I would never ever do this in high school, but when the wagon came to pick up us from military scene, and I see the wagon coming, I just go, "Oh yeah!" And then the whole wagon does it back, and that was just like that was a huge moment for me. That like made me really happy.
Yeah, I love how like you can just be weird, you know? Like you can just be authentic to like you're weird, you're freak. Like I like if like sometimes like even in the forest at night. I remember on Halloween, we worked on Halloween and I think we do again this year and I'm very excited. But sometimes we'll all do a group howl in the woods and you'll hear a bunch of people
I
like
did hear
howling.
that. I heard that.
We like to start good group howls and then like most people will join in and start howling and you'll hear like the entire hayride just start howling at the moon. It's great.
I'm torn if this is going to go on the podcast or not, but a very common like funny thing between military and bat scene is that we would always shout out over the woods, "Penis!"
Yes, the penis game, and it would only be me. It would only be me.
It was mainly just you and Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin would get aggressive about it though. He'd be like, "So I'm like, all right, you win.
You win.
You got it."
And then we started shouting out other profanity.
Oh yeah, it was great. You know, you can't get enough of it.
No. I don't know if that should go on the podcast or not, but oh, it was fun. So yeah, pickup wagon was fun, and then when we were waiting in line to get our checks that night, Kayla like started playing Fireball, and we were dancing.
Yep.
Were you there for that too?
Yeah, I just sent the video of us dancing. It's like a 3-second video, so it's really quick, but like you can hear it in the back. And then you can hear on the pickup wagon everybody going, "Go, go, go, go."
That was so funny. I think the perfect way to end things off is like, what does Scarefest mean to you?
Oh man. Like, I don't want to say like everything because, you know, but Scarefest genuinely, like, I think I will carry Scarefest with me for like the rest of my life. And like,
Yes.
I mean that because, like I said earlier, around Scarefest, when I was like fresh into the world, fresh out of high school, like, I didn't have any like solid friends at the time besides like one. I was very introverted, very antisocial, very like scared of everything. And then Scarefest really helped me like come out of my shell and like accept who I am as a person and like not feel like I need to mask being weird or like just being myself. Because I feel like Scarefest really is an environment to just be yourself. Like, what other place can you go to where you can howl at the moon and then people are gonna join you, you know? Or like what other place can you go to where you can like, I don't know, pretend to like eat a fake rat and then you laugh about it with somebody. Like it's just one of those places. Can't place it. Like there's nowhere else like it.
Because it's like you're like, picture you're at high school, you howl at the moon, you're gonna get called a furry.
Weird. Yeah.
You eat a fake dead rat, you're gonna get put on Barstool.
Exactly. and then like everybody that I have met at Scarefest personally has been so welcoming and like helpful when it comes to like figuring out like my costume, figuring out how I want to act, what I want to do. And then on top of that, like, it's not even just in Scarefest anymore. Like I said earlier, like, that scene, like, we've had Christmas parties and, like, we've hung out together and, like, we talk to each other, like, outside of the season. So it's not just something where it's, like, oh, one and done and then you're not going to talk till next year. Like, me personally and in Bat Scene, like, we talk to each other outside and, like, I've gained lots of like I would like to say lifelong friends out of it, and it's just Scarefest is just a very, very special place to me.
It is to me too. I cried leaving last night. It was
I cry every year.
Leaving Scarefest just meant a whole lot. I pray every day I'm gonna go back. It's amazing. It's great. I felt like myself there. Didn't feel that way in high school. And like Scarefest was just the place where I could just be weird, be fun, be actually myself. Like I always say that like I really, really want to have like a hype man type personality where I'm just like want to get everybody into like Scarefest, into just having fun there, and I was able to do that.
Right. Like I've had people throughout my life that I've met that have come to Scarefest, and some of them like still work there. Like it was my best friend's first year last year, and he's returning this year. I think my younger sister is going to do it this year.
Awesome.
Yeah, like it's definitely kind of just like become a thing for just like in my life. Like I have a bunch of people that I know now that are like incorporated in it, or they plan to be in it as well, and I think that's really cool because I love sharing Scarefest with people, because I feel like Scarefest is just something that you need to experience like at least once in your life. There's literally no other place like it.
And what better way to do it on this podcast?
Exactly. So if you're listening to the podcast and you don't work there, guys, you guys need to apply. I think job apps are going to come out in July.
So work there.
Yeah,
we're not official promotion, but as our...
Yeah, not official promotion. Don't sue me, but, you know.
Yeah, you know. But as for me, like... Alright, so I think this is a good spot to end. So... Thank you guys for watching episode 8. Thank you, Gwen, so much for coming on here and just talking about Scarefest and scare acting, because it's just awesome.
Yeah, thank you for having me and setting aside time for me.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was great. Next video will be with my friend Chance, and we will be talking about welding, which is something that I did in high school. So go watch that. And thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you all have a good day. Goodbye.